Hi everyone, my name is HaijiaoMao and my partner is lingyun. Our theme is about Wildlife Migrate 2044. So we got the question, why collaborate? Each member of our team was drawn to the theme of nature, intrigued by the diverse wildlife in Kingston. One colleague excelled in 2D output with a solid foundation in graphic design. Having studied for 5 years, where my stretch lay in 3D and layout, with a background in environmental design and a focus on project logic. So our complementary skills naturally lead us to work together on this project. During our early collaboration, with the help of the workshop in the second session, our group explored future issues through sketching and discussion, which honed our skills in information mapping and association that is valuable in our preliminary research. In the initial environmental phase, we developed 3 concepts: festival-related event, sign design, and wildlife-human behavior art. Course feedback later directed us to concentrate on sign design. However, we still see potential in the other 2 ideas and plan to further explore and develop them in our subsequent collaboration.
The name of our project is Wildlife Migration 2044, focuses on the future college and the lives of animal migrants. We did research in 3 ways: interviewing locals, doing field work, and studying relevant papers. We found that wildlife is moving to the city because of climate change and human activities, so we think locals will interact more with wildlife in the future. Therefore, we decided to make series of signs to show how wildlife and human are connected. We want to make people aware of this relationship and how their future life in wildlife and human shared habitats would look like.
In the initial phase of our project, I experimented with creating animal models from clay, filming first-hand research materials, designing experimental poster, and interview reservants by social media to gain deeper insights into their needs. Next, I will analyze my learning and insights from 3 separate perspectives: clarity, audience engagement, and sustainability. Firstly, the clarity feedback from the 3 presentations led me realize that the original intent of my project was too ambitious and scattered. Guided by Cassie's advice, I understand that the main idea of our project needs to be clear. As a result, I discarded many unnecessary elements to avoid misleading the audience and to maintain good communication. Simplify the text as much as possible to emphasize important information. The second part is audience engagement. In the community feedback phase, I focused more on communication with the community and addressing the real need of Kingston's residents. This led me to decide against continuing with the publication and branding designs. Instead, I explored more broader and abstract concepts realized to animals. For instance, I contemplated what would happen if wildlife roadside were placed in environments such as Kingston's mall or park restaurants. Here is the third part, sustainability. During a design process, I questioned whether sign design alone could respect the concept of festival. Through continuous self-dialogue and exploration, we developed a vision for the next 20 years. Treating animals as a type of immigration, this approach to design is not only forward-looking but also sustainable. In Betty's feedback session, I discovered the value of adopting an animal's perspective to educate people about climate change. That made wildlife animal look like a real migration and pushed me to the next level. Finally, in the ending of my individual part, I want to thank my partner Li, because during the TW6, which is about collaboration topic, I learned a great deal from my team members. I've struck at the information search stage, but my partner encouraged me to sketch to explore signage design. I have to confess tools like Adobe Illustration were really foreign to me, but that also pushed me out of my comfort zone. I guess that's the meaning of collaboration. We can learn a lot from each other, and it will be very helpful for my future career.
Okay, this section is a personal contribution section of lingyun to this project. I will talk about what I did, what I learned, and also my thoughts and reflections. First, I brainstormed to organize the information which I want to figure out under the wildlife themes, and I interviewed the local people in the town center to learn what they think about wildlife in urban areas and how much they know about it, and analyze the existing issues and some detailed information about the condition of wildlife through my research. After organizing information from our researches, I found that field interviews are effective but need to be combined with other methods, like online questionnaires made by my partner. It's hard to eliminate the identity of the person being interviewed, and it would be very easy to get a lot of useless information. So in the future, I will make sure to have more targeted approach to get useful information. Secondly, in the design stage, based on the information I got, I hope that I can make people understand more clearly that wildlife and human will have a closer relationship in the future urban areas. So I have generated some ideas under the theme of wildlife community. The first idea is to use a map that can be updated at any time to mark the range of wildlife migration in the urban areas and promote it in the form of branding. And I also created logos based on the four selected wildlife animals. I thought it would be the most clear way to promote the project. But after discussing the idea with my team members and tutors, I reflect on the idea. The good point was that the information provided was clear, but the problem was the map format made it difficult for audience to interact with the project. So I began to think about how to make the project interactive by creating speculative designs for the things that are easy to notice in the shared habitats from the animal's perspective. So I started thinking about what can we do in these areas based on how animals behave, like using special installations and signs. I ended up with focusing on changing no-feeding signs because the old ways of coping with wildlife aren't sustainable for the future one. I adjust the signs to match the animal's habits, hoping people will notice the differences. Also, I want to put up standing signs of animals in this area to show what their daily life is like. After hearing feedback from our proposal presentation, I think we can make this idea even more exciting by connecting it with human migration. We could think about how local communities and the environment might change because of animals moving in. Maybe even have animal restaurants or identities. I want to keep explore this idea. And one important thing I learned from the working together is that talking and sharing ideas can lead to new and better ones, which is different from working independently. Overall, in our presentation, we discussed our project, how we collaborated, our individual contributions, and what we learned. We came up with many ideas and tried different visual experiments. Although some didn't work due to technical issues, still they inspired us for our project. Through observation and research, we identified local problems and created designs that we believe can be useful in the future. In feedback, we think as graphic designers, we should prioritize creating visual elements rather than focusing too much on text. When we have an idea, we should visualize it quickly and managing time effectively in the design process. We need to think deeply about how to satisfy customers or audience in the shortest time and play to the strengths of group members wildly.
During our project, we show a common process but find unique inspiration individually, leading to diverse and deep ideas. We each other drove on our strengths, traveling various lingyus that we unified in style to complete the project. This highlights the value of teamwork and has enhanced our collaboration and communication skills for our future careers in the creative industry. So that's all of the lessons and insights from our course journey. Thank you all for listening.